when people are like children, to be innocent and pure.
Yeah, they are. They also have that struggle and that fight, though, because I remember, I remember my daughter had something. I don't know what. Let's take this rock, for example. So my daughter had something, and I said, oh, you have a rock, and my daughter put it behind her back, and she said, no, I don't have anything, right? And she was, she's 3 now, and she was 2. She was 2 when she was doing that. And so, my question is, where did she learn that? Where did she learn that? Did she learn it from her sister or brother or from me? Or, did she see something on television? Did she see somebody else do something? It's interesting. So, this, children are more pure than adults, but I also think they're more neutral. And that's where the purity comes from. The purity comes from being neutral, from not really understanding what is good and what is bad. Naturally doing what is right, but not
Yes.
having a reference really for understanding what is good and understanding what is bad. Just trying to feel the right way to
Yes.
progress, to feel the right way to go. And as adults, we create this diversion or this dichotomy, which is interesting because when you have 2 points, you get this as in dimension, 2 points. Um, Division, 2 points. Um, Let me think of another. There's another word that works like that. Not understand. It's something similar to that. I can't remember. Distance. That's the word. Distance. Which is stance. Stance from to stand. Distance means stand, to stand in 2 places. It's very interesting. The word diablo, devil, means to create 2 points, or to create an opposite to something. So as adults, we divide things, but children, I don't think they have this division. They're more complete. They have a oneness, a wholeness, a holistic approach to life, and this, the divergence into, what is good and what is evil. That's something that we teach to them, because we teach our world to them, but maybe our world is slightly different from how the real world actually exists, because it's almost too simplistic to say good and bad, to say heaven and hell, because that is to not understand the holistic nature of the fact that there is probably good and evil in everybody. And that's that we don't teach that concept, and that concept is really important, which is you have a dark side. And if you get further into Christian biblical teachings, that's where it goes. It's you have a dark side. You better learn how to deal with your dark side. You better learn how to live with your dark side. You better learn how to manage your dark side, because if you cannot manage your dark side, it will consume you. It will become you. And and I think a lot of the teachings of spirituality are about self-management, about managing your own negativity, about managing your own feelings, about managing your own negative thoughts about specific topics. And that's what adults have to do that children have not experienced yet. And yeah, I don't see that changing very much in the future. But my approach is to look at everything holistic and say it's not a linear scale. Nothing is a linear scale. Everything is a holistic principle. Everything is good until it's not good anymore, and everything is bad until it's not bad anymore. Everything has a possibility of shifting or moving or changing, depending upon the energy that people put into their activities. Anyway, I don't know where that came from. Right. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts. My thoughts is positive because I don't like negative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the fact that children get a lot of joy from simplicity. The simple things are very beautiful.
Yes.
You know, you can buy. Here's my example. I can buy 1,000 different things for my children, but nothing is the same as taking my children to the beach.
Yes.
To be with my children at the beach. Nothing compares to that. There's nothing that I could buy for my children which is better than that experience with my children.
Yes.
And you don't need anything special. You don't need, you don't need a fancy car. You don't need lots of extras. You don't need it. It's the extras that become distractions. It's the die again, D-I-S, die. It becomes distractions. It takes you away from who you really are, and so that's why every 2 or 3 days I try to take my children to the beach. Just because there's no experience that we can have which is better than that experience. There is a natural way that you give a child a candle, and it'll be a rocket or a spaceship, or it'll be a telephone, or it'll be an interstellar communicator, or it'll be a cake, or it can even just be a candle, right? It's all in the mind. It's all in the human imagination. What something is and the value that something holds, and we are constantly told through the marketing and advertising and the influence of society that we need more. We need to be more. We need to have more. But we know deep down inside that we don't really need more. We have everything that we need if we have our health. If we are lucky enough to have our health, then we have the basics of everything else that we need. So the simple things are the beautiful things in life. The sunrise and the sunset. You can't really buy that. You might be able to buy a house where the nice window that looks in the right direction. But the homeless man living in the field sees the same sunrise.
Yes.
So it's not absolutely necessary to have the house.